Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I will be going over something called the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology. Now, this was a theory that was conceived by Venkatesh back in 2003, right when the years, some years after the internet exploded within the within the world of computing. So this is an attempt to create one single model which integrates the quintessential 8 previous innovation acceptance theories. A word of caution when you're trying to use a theory, it's important to make sure that when you're using multiple theories all at once, there's a danger of trying to combine in a way that may not be completely natural. So that's the word of caution. However, with that said, this is an extremely useful tool to be able to, in theory, to be able to combine the quintessential 8 previous innovation acceptance theories. So let's take a look. The diagram is not quite always explanatory. However, the 4 factors that, or the 3 factors that people focus on are performance expectancy, effort expectancy, and social influence. And then there's facilitating conditions that enhance this portion of the model. So you have performance expectancy, effort expectancy. Performance is how well the change will be accepted, or how well this will perform. How much effort will it take, and the influence of how society is, how influence of society. And I'm going to go over these in a bit more detail in a second here. And then there's facilitating condition, and the idea that these are trying to portray is behavioral intention and use behavior. And as you can see, this is very much tied to having technology use. So let's take a look at what performance expectancy means, and I'm going to use this as an example and using a personal computer. So what uses does a PC generate for the employee? That's expectation of performance. Expectation of effort. How much effort do employees have to contribute to use a PC? And then social influence. What do the colleagues and superiors of the employees say about using a PC? And then do the employees know how to use a PC? So these are facilitating conditions. And as you can see, this may be applied to using the internet or using social media. So you can kind of extend this theory from 2003 to UTAUT2. So the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology 2, and the constructs actually changed. That's the main difference in the first version and the second version. So as you can see, performance expectancy is still there, effort expectancy is still there, social influence is still there, and the facilitating conditions, as I said in the previous model. However, what has been added in 2012 by Venkatesh is hedonic motivation, and then price value, and then habit. So hedonic motivation would be, is it fun for consumers to use the internet? Price value, is it a good value for money to use the internet for consumers? And then do consumers have routines as a habit which they use the internet? And a lot of people habitually check the email or check their Facebook or whatnot, and so these habits might and it might be fun for consumers. So these are additional constructs that need to be considered in the UTA-UT model. The advantage of the UTA-UT is that due to the multitude of factors, it delivers the highest explanatory power of all standard acceptance models and helps to support the technology development process. And there's some criticism. The model is quite complex with multitude of constructs, and this is what I was warning you about initially, is that when you include too many constructs within one theory, then there's the danger of diluting the specific theories that are already there. And then another criticism is accordingly often applied without moderators. So there's going back to the model, there has to be moderators. Age, gender, and experience are kind of moderators. However, there needs to be additional ones here, making the model even more complex. So synthesis of extensions, some of the moderators were created in more detail, and this was actually created in 2022, and this is considered a synthesis of extensions. So these are all performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, price value, hedonic motivation, facilitating conditions, habit. And then another 4 has been added: compatibility, education, personal innovativeness, and costs. And then there's moderators, for instance, culture, national cultures that, such as individualism, masculinity. Those might be a part of the national culture. And then individual characteristics, demographics, age, gender, consumer, employee, technology, and this is important: mobile, online, transactional technology, and then controls, for instance, study or sampling. So these additional predictors, compatibility, is the technology compatible with the user's lifestyle? Education, what educational background does the user of the technology have? How personal innovativeness is, how willing is the user to try out new technologies? And then cost, to what extent does the user perceive the technology as costly? So this sums up all of the versions of this variable, and of course I introduced some moderators here in the extended version, which was created in 2022 with Venkatesh and additional authors there. So there you have it. I hope this has provided you with some insight about the unified theory of acceptance and use of technology. Thank you for listening.